Hi everyone, it's Sheena Joy, and I'm here to share a card today. And I'm sorry I haven't been on for a while. I didn't have a good March. It was pretty challenging. um, my back wasn't well, and my sons got sick after that. So anyway, just life happens, and family always comes first, and we have to be healthy before we can do anything else. So here I am, and grateful that things are getting better. I'm going to make a card today with this Bouquet Die from Concord 9th, and I'll bring it closer for you to see. And it's a really beautiful die, and Concord 9th for me was a new company until I heard about them in the fall. A friend of mine, Tracie Pond, she had done a campaign for World Kindness Day on November 13th, and part of that campaign was she sent out cards to people that wanted them, basically, and she had used Concord 9th products. So recently I was ordering some cardstock, and I saw this, and I couldn't resist, so here I am. Alright, so I'm going to make a card with that today, and I'm going to do Zig Clean Color Real Brush Markers, and I really love those. And so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take this piece of Bristol Smooth cardstock, and I'm going to die cut a couple of these die cuts out. So that's what I'm going to do now. So you can see that I did die cut out one, and it really turned out beautifully. It cuts just amazingly. There aren't any rough edges, and like I said, I used Bristol Smooth paper. And you can notice up here it's quite intricate, these cuts. And so what I recommend, I use a Cuttlebug, so I can't speak for other die cutting machines. So I use a Sandwich A metal adapter plate. I got this one from Memory Box, and B, and then C on top. So that's your sandwich for the Cuttlebug. Okay, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take this hardboard, and I'm going to use my Zig Clean Color Real Brush Markers to color this in. I actually did a little bit of coloring last night with this die cut. I've been wanting to play with it since I got it last week. And so I did this piece right here. I did this mostly with Distress inks, but I did end up using some Zig markers on this too, on the stems and on the vase. So I started making this for a friend of mine for her daughter. It's her birthday soon, so I'm making her a card for her. And so I'm going to just use Zigs on this one, and probably Wink of Stella on top, because I have to use Wink of Stella on everything. Okay, so I have a few Zig Clean Color Real Brush Markers here. If you haven't used them before, you can buy them individually, or you can buy them in packs of 6, 12, I think 24, 36, anyway, so forth. And I started out with 6, and I worked with those just fine for a while, and then I started just building it up, place an order, put 1 or 2 in my cart. So that's what I'm doing now, is just building up my collection, and you don't have to have a lot to make beautiful things. So this is what I did, is I did a little swatch card, and one is just straight marker and one is watercolor. And also on the tips, or the caps, is I put half pure color and half watercolor, and then I cover that with what do you call that? Sorry, it's called Glossy Accents. And so that's a good indicator when you're just kind of going through your pens really quickly, or just have a little guide for yourself too. So that's what I'm going to do today, is use my guide. And I can see now I want violet and purple, so I'm going to get those out. And then for another one, I think I'll use yellow and maybe pink. Anyway, so I'm going to get out my colors, and then I'm going to start applying color to this beautiful die cut from Concord 9th. Okay, so first I'm going to start out with 2 colors, violet and dark pink. And so I'm going to put those on my palette, 1 in each well. And then I'm going to watercolor from there, and I'm using a number 4 brush. So what I'm doing right now is I'm applying a second coat of this pink inside and just letting them touch this time, and I'm just letting them naturally blend. There's a lot of ways to use these Zig Real Color, Clean Color Real brush markers. I always love the result, so just gonna get a piece of paper towel and kind of sop up underneath. Some color is gonna get on my hardboard, and that's okay. If you want to use a craft mat, I didn't want to get my craft mat out personally. Also, another thing is if you just want some intense color, just apply it directly here and there where you kind of want to have the intensity, and then apply water or not. So my die cut piece is finished and it looks so beautiful. I love it. I'm just going to bring it closer for you to see. And I love how it looks with the different colors, how they blend. I just want to share with you with the vase, I actually wasn't liking how it was looking. It was just, I applied too much water. I kind of overworked the paper. So what I ended up doing was I took this blue, which is the cobalt blue, and I spread it on my palette, and then I took one of my Wink of Stella brushes and just picked it up that way and applied it just to have glitter and just to make it look more evenly blue. Just, I do like watercolor, but like I said, that was a little bit too much overworking of the paper. Otherwise, everything, oh, just love it, and it's beautiful, and I love the brightness, and that's what I was really going for, was the bright colors. So this is a birthday card for my sister, and I'm going to put a happy birthday sentiment on there. I'm using Altenew birthday greeting stamp set, and I'm going to put on birthday wishes. I've already mounted that on an acrylic block, and I'm going to stamp that in Doll Pink, which is one of my favorite pinks. I love that brightness. And another thing is I'm going to use my other clear Wink of Stella. This is my newer one. And I'm going to apply Wink of Stella to this. So that's what I'm going to do now, is I'm going to apply the Wink of Stella to the flowers. I'm going to adhere that to my Simon Says Stamp card base. And then I'm going to stamp the birthday wishes sentiment on there. Okay, great. Okay, I'm realizing now that the birthday wishes that I already mounted, if I put this on, it's a really tight fit, so I don't like that. So I am going to use another sentiment in this set, and all about birthdays, of course. So I'm going to use the happy birthday. And I'm still going to use the Doll Pink, Simon Says Stamp Doll Pink dyeing pad for that. So I'm going to get out my acrylic block. So I have adhered the die cut to the card base, and I stamped happy birthday, and I'm really loving the color combo with the Doll Pink color, but because of this happy, it's kind of open. I'll bring it closer for you to see. What I'm going to do is I just wanted to bring out the brightness and bring out the pink. So I'm going to take this dark pink Clean Color Real brush marker, and I'm going to fill in the happy. And I'm going to be very careful as I'm doing that. Alright, so I have finished coloring the happy with the dark pink Clean Color Real brush marker. And because there's a lot of sparkle going on here, I'm going to put a coat of this Twinkling Like Stars pen. It's in Blossom, and so it's just, the tip is, just going to bring it closer here, the tip is pretty fine, and I'm going to apply that over the happy just like so. Now to embellish my card, I'm going to use different sequins. I'm going to use various sequins from Kennedy Grace Creations. I'm going to use some purple from Isabella's Dream. I'm going to use some the blue from the Iced Berries, and some of the colors from Frosted Cupcakes. And so it'll be, look, I want them all to bring out the color. So the card is finished, and like I said, this is for my sister Sherry. Sherry is just a wonderful, beautiful, gorgeous woman. She is. She's my sister, and she's a good friend of mine, and she's just wonderful. So I just want to tell her how special she is. And her birthday was a couple days ago, and I hope she loves this. I'm going to put this in the mail for her. And these bright colors remind me of Sherry. She's so bright and cheerful and just loving and wonderful. Alright, so I did end up bringing out another color of sequins, and that is Sunshine on the Daisies, which I'm actually getting really low. And I did adhere these with glossy accents. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it inspires you to make a card too. And bright colors are just, like I said, my favorite. And don't get me wrong, I like muted too. They all have their place. Alright, I hope you're all well. Hit like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you haven't, and take care. I hope you're all well. Okay, bye.